Sports Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about
the Dallas Cowboys get a big win against the New Orleans Saints on Thursday Night Football.
Please like and subscribe and share the video, and I'm going to give this podcast to my brother.
Week 14 of the regular season. Here are my predictions for Week 14. I'm picking the Titans over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm picking the Bills over the Jets. I'm picking the Giants over the Washington Redskins. Picking the Saints over Tampa Bay. Picking the Patriots over Miami. Picking the Chiefs over the Ravens. Picking the Texans over the Colts. Picking the Panthers over the Browns. Picking the Packers over the Falcons. I'm picking the Broncos over the 49ers. Picking the Chargers over the Bengals. I'm picking Dallas over Philadelphia. I'm picking Detroit over Arizona. I'm picking Pittsburgh over Oakland. Picking Seattle over Minnesota. And I'm picking the Rams over the Bears Sunday night. And those are my predictions. And we'll only have 3 more weeks on the regular season before time for playoffs in January. So, the XFL is back next year, 2020 XFL, making its return, and the team cities have been announced. XFL will take place in Seattle, Washington, Los Angeles. 2 Texas teams this year. Big change from the original XFL. No Texas teams, big mistake. Rectifying that now with 2 teams in Texas. One in Dallas and another one in Houston. This Dallas XFL team is going to play their games at the Rangers ballpark in Arlington, the home of the Texas Rangers, which by next year will be the former home of the Texas Rangers, as the Rangers are moving into Globe Life Field, new home of the Rangers, which has a retractable roof on it. But glad to see the ballpark in Arlington still getting use, although being reborn as a football stadium. I like the move. A lot of legendary history has been held at that venue, so to keep it around in any form, even for XFL games, is a good sight. XFL also does battle. I talked about Dallas, talked about Houston. There's a team in St. Louis. They'll play at the Dome. There's a team on the East Coast in New York, a team in Washington, D.C., and a team in Tampa Bay. So these team names have not been determined yet, but the XFL already correcting some of their mistakes from the inaugural season of 2001. No Texas teams failing to capitalize on football crazy. Texas, the Lone Star State, loves their football. 2 football teams in Texas. That's a fantastic idea for the XFL. And the XFL will do battle next year, right after the Super Bowl. Well, the Dallas Cowboys did it. They defeated the New Orleans Saints by a 10-7 final score on last Thursday night. And that 10 points scored by Dallas in the first half, I will admit, I did not think they would hold up against Drew Brees and the Saints, but it turned out 10 points was just enough. As 10-7, the Cowboys ended up defeating the Saints and knocking off one of the hottest teams in the NFC. So the Cowboys still alive, still in first place in the NFC East. Big showdown against the Eagles Sunday night in Arlington at AT&T Stadium. But a big win for the Cowboys. They're still alive, still clinching. They were still on their way towards first place in the NFC East. And a big win for the Cowboys. Huge performances again by Amari Cooper. Made some big catches in this game. Ezekiel Elliott caught a screen pass for a touchdown. It was a big win all around for the Cowboys, and a big defensive effort as well on the defensive end by a big defensive effort by the Dallas Cowboys. The blitz really hammered Drew Brees, And the final play where he threw that interception, it looked like he was trying to get rid of it or almost throw it away, or maybe there was a bad route ran by the wide receiver. I'm really not sure what happened on that final interception, but it was the play that ended up sealing the victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and a showdown with their division rival Eagles will take place Sunday afternoon. Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the LA Charger game Sunday night had one of the craziest endings you will ever see. 33-30, the Chargers beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh, but 3 straight times the Pittsburgh Steelers went offsides to try and block the game-winning kick. 2 times they won. The first kick was wide left, no good. Second kick was blocked, and the third kick went through the uprights for the game-winning field goal. But all 3 times the Pittsburgh Steelers went offsides to attempt to block the kick, but each time they were called by the referees for being offsides, and the Pittsburgh Steelers lost this game 33-30. The Chargers get the win, but that ending, 3 straight offsides and a blocked field goal which was called back for offsides. I've never heard of an ending to a football game like that in any form. That was crazy. So, the St. Louis Cardinals make a huge trade with the Arizona Diamondbacks for their franchise player, Paul Goldschmidt, first baseman. The first baseman of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Paul Goldschmidt, a guy who has consistently hit for average, consistently getting the average either at 200 or very close to it. A career .297 hitter is Paul Goldschmidt through the first 7 seasons of his career. He's driven in 710 runs. He's made the All-Star team every year since 2013. He is one of the best first basemen in the league. And for the St. Louis Cardinals to pick Paul Goldschmidt up, St. Louis Cardinals have struck gold, if you know what I mean. Paul Goldschmidt will make St. Louis Cardinal fans very happy, and probably will be the best first baseman to man first base, the best first baseman that St. Louis has had since that guy that plays for the Angels now. What's his name? Oh yeah, Albert Pujols. Paul Goldschmidt, that's high praise, but he can pull it off. He's been a great hitter, and now that he's in a bigger market in St. Louis, more baseball fans will get to know who he is. He's a great player in his own right. Second best first baseman in the National League, right behind Anthony Rizzo of the Cubs. This trade just made every Cardinals and Cubs game must-watch television, even more than it already was just a few months ago. The NL Central is heating up again, and it's going to be an exciting season this year in Major League Baseball.
Thank you for watching the Power Zone Sports Podcast. Please like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter. And I'll see you in the next podcast. Have a nice day. Bye.